Famous author Og Mandino said this: "A grain of wheat, if planted, will multiply 1,000 times. Am I not better than a grain of wheat?" What I would like to impress upon you is how you can use simple biblical strategies or simple biblical principles to invest in the stock market and multiply your earnings. A wise person said this: "Fools do last what wise men do first." I know you're not a fool. I know within you are the seeds of brilliance, of purpose, of perspicacity. And I would like to take this opportunity to impress upon you 4 things or 4 strategies you can look at. And we will take this journey together to learn how to invest in the stock market using biblical principles. Number 1 is the laws of seasons and cycles. Everything moves in seasons and cycles. There's a time for war and there's a time for peace. The tide comes in, the tide goes back. The pendulum swings to the right, it will undoubtedly swing back to the left. There's 7 years of fat cows, there's 7 years of lean cows. Everything revolves around seasons and cycles. And if you understand that, you have a leg up in your investment strategy. The second thing I would like to show you, impress upon you really, is the laws of supply and demand. God is a God of supply and demand. He will not come back unless there's a remnant that call upon his name. In the book of 2 Kings, a woman whose husband was from the company of prophets cried out to Elijah, "Please help me. My husband's dead, and the creditors are coming to take my 2 sons as slaves." And he said, "What do you have?" And he said, "All I have is just a small jar of oil." And he said, "Go to your neighbors, ask as many jars, empty jars that you can find, ask. And go into your home and fill the jars with oil." And scripture says, when the last jar was filled, she asked her son, "Are there any more jars left?" And he said, "No." And as soon as he said no, the oil stopped flowing. Where there is no demand, there is no supply. It's a very simple principle. The third thing where I'd like to impress upon you is the psychology of human emotions. The crowd mentality. It's very lonely being by yourself. It's very lonely taking a strategy by yourself. It always feels good to be part of the crowd. But we are called to be peculiar. We are called to transform and not conform. The greatest profits in the stock market is made when everyone is zigging the zag. To be different. Scripture says to be careful that you not follow the crowd, because you might end up bearing false witness. The fourth thing I would like to impress upon you is to calculate the cost. Calculate the cost. Christ said, "If any man is to build a house, will he not at least sit down and calculate the cost?" My question to you is, if you are to invest in anything, if you are to invest in real estate, if you are to invest in the stock market, will you not sit down and calculate the cost? What I'll impress upon you is simple principles, simple mathematical equations, and simple accounting you can use to determine which are the best companies out there to invest your money. I ask you to join me. Sign up on 7fatcows.com and let's take this journey together. Thank you.